Hey there guys, in this video we're going to be doing both of the weapon quest for the Reagan and Saul week. Reagan's cloak and Saul's rod. So let's go to the easier one first. This is the cloak quest. Now Global once again took away the unit lock mission, so it makes it super easy. You can take pretty much whatever you want. No items, no continues, no KOs, and it's a dragon. Now the gauge weakness is sword, greatsword, spears, and guns. And like I've said before, all fights with the break gauge, you really want to use the break killer passive. So we're going to grab an Ibarra friend that has the cool smile card and is on an Esper with a break gauge passive. So what you're looking for is someone on either Bahamut or Ashura that has this passive. Boost physical break damage against units under the break status. Because Ibarra is a physical damage dealer, even though she's a mage, you want the physical version learned. So let's grab this. And honestly speaking, it may be overkill to even need that. It might be totally doable without even having that passive. But if you want super easy, grab someone with the passive, and mine has that as well. So let's get in here, and we're going to literally do a turn 1 OTK on this fight. Turn 1. And then I'll see about going back with some cheaper runs probably this weekend. Okay, so Savior Lightning is going to be doing her break gauge skill. You want someone with a break gauge skill to one of the proper weapons. This one is for swords, and we're dual wielding swords on Lightning. So we just triple cast her sword break, which is going to break most of the gauge. Now we're going to use Louise, who is also using a sword, to hit the boss a few times just to break the rest of the gauge, and then do a 90 spirit break. And there we go. Gauge has been broken. So Sylvie will just go ahead and imbue us with Thunder. We'll do Paladin's offense, and then we'll do a bigger LB damage buff on my Ibarra. And now we're going to do the base form LB of the Ibarras. Now this fight, as well as the next one, have really high max HP. So you don't want to use a single hit damage dealer if you have the option to not. So we're going to use the base form LB of Ibarra. Also, just FYI, the base form of Ibarra does give herself a 250 Dragon Killer. So it's really kind of good to use that one anyway for this fight. And that's really all there is to it. You break the gauge, you use a unit with the break gauge passive, and boom. There goes the Bahamut fight on turn 1, all missions. So Savior Lightning, just dual wielding swords. That's it. Louise, dual wielding swords. That's it. Sylvie, naked. And then my Ibarra is, pretty decent gear. A lot of clash gear, Dragon Killer, chain speed, cool smile, and I do have the break killer learned on my Bahamut. I've actually got both the break killers learned. But this one, the M break damage boost, is only for proper mages, like, Ayaka, Dark Rain, stuff like that. It will not work on physical mages. The physical mages use this one. It only says break damage boost. So there we go. And that's the super easy clear. Oh, I didn't even show the Friends gear. The Friends gear is basically the same as mine. Cool smile and break gauge learned. Okay, let me pop over to the other fight, and we'll do that in just a second. That one's going to be a little bit harder. So be right back. Alright guys, next we're going to pop over to the Saul fight, or the Rod fight. This one's a little trickier because it doesn't have a break gauge, makes it a lot bulkier. So it's a machine, it does some blast stuff, whatever. No items, no continues, whatever. We're going to grab just the same friend because, it's a decently built friend. So we've swapped out Savior for an Omni Cover tank just to make it super easy. You don't need an Omni Cover tank. You don't even need a tank at all, to be honest. But if you want just complete brainless mode, an Omni Cover tank lets you forget about everything. So Omni Cover tank, someone to break, which is Louise. Esther is also going to be our machine killer. And then Sylvie will be doing, buffing, and then Ibarra should just blow things up. So, first thing we're going to do is start Esther in the shift form. Oh, and by the way, yeah, the boss has permanent immunity to magic attacks, so you can't use anything like, Dark Rain here. So Esther is going to Energizing Bunny for the Machine Killer, and then Omni Cover and 90% Mitigation. Louise can just 90 break. Sylvie will do Offense and Bolt, and we're also going to do Compassionate, because the boss does Stop, and that'll give us Stop immunity. And now we go ahead and base form LB the Ibarras. Now keep in mind, Ibarra's base form does not buff Machine Killer. So you're going to need a Machine Killer buffer on the party, and we're using Esther. Now Esther is only in, like, I think 135 Machine Killer for the party. It's pretty low, but as you can see, it's fine. That being said, Esther just took a ton of damage, so I probably should have used some mitigations on Esther. Other than her, I should have used a spirit. I'm sorry, a Shelga or something. I don't know. Whatever. It was fine. It worked. We got. Oh, you know what? You know what? I didn't break the boss's magic. The boss has no magic break whatsoever. That probably contributed to taking extra damage on the boss. Whoops. Okay, I should have given Obsidian Bracer to someone. It ended up not mattering. So we'll go to the shift form with Sylvie, and we'll use her LB. We'll go to the shift form with Louise, and we'll do an 80 break. We'll guard Esther, and then we'll use the Ibarras to do Bolt in the shift form. Bolting, and Focus. I can't believe I didn't even equip Obsidian Bracer on anyone. Bolting, and Focus. And we'll go ahead and chain that up to get ready for next turn. Okay, we almost killed the boss right there. But okay. Now here's going to be an AoE fixed attack. But now that we broke the boss, we're taking a whole lot less damage. Okay, and now we can use the base form LBs of the Ibarras, and that's obviously going to be the end of the fight. So lesson learned, Louise only breaks Spirit in the base form. She does not break magic. Bring someone to break magic on the boss, and it'll be totally fine. We're also evading Esther. So here's our Esther. Even though we didn't break the boss whatsoever, she still tanked okay. Full evasion. We're not provoking with her, although it wouldn't really matter. And then there it is, and there's a Omni Cover tank card. Then Louise, literally naked. Oh, never mind. I geared her provoke, whatever. It didn't matter. Sylvie, naked. And then Ibarra, once again. The only thing I did was I swapped out Hateful Agent into the Materia slot, and then Cool Smile card. And I have to show you the friend gear. So the friend is right here, set up for one of the trials. I think the fire trial, but perfect build for this. And there we go. So 2 simple clears, and then later this weekend, probably Saturday or Sunday, I'll play around with these and try really budget runs and stuff, and we'll see what happens. Okay, see you then.